Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Darlene, and we'll be doing reading for you shortly on your deceased loved one. And I've got a heavy one coming through today. But while I'm shuffling the cards here, let me get my business out of the way. I just want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time out to watch my channel. Pardon me. I have been a little busy and haven't gotten out as many videos as I hoped to this past week, but I'm trying to catch up. And thank you all for interacting, whether that's hitting that like button or subscribing, making a comment. Any of those things helps to promote my channel and helps the messages get to those that they are meant for. So I'm very, very grateful, and I know you're all very busy people. So thanks for giving me your time in watching these videos. Alrighty, yeah, what is coming through today is a young woman. And I'm going to talk for a minute and then I'll flip the cards over, but the deck is ready here. She died by her own hand. She died of suicide. She had a very troubled life. She's showing me just a very troubled soul, this young woman. She seems to be in her, I'm going to say late teens, mid to late teens. She could have been 20, but it just feels sort of 15 to 20-ish maybe age range. She is, and y'all bear with me because you have to swim in this energy as a reader, and it's pretty heavy, so. She here's one thing she wants a point to make. She came in to this life as a troubled soul. It wasn't just the things that happened to her, but then things did happen to her, and it compounded who she came in with. Ultimately, just all of that put together was just too much for her, essentially. There was a grandfather. I kept feeling like maybe it was a father, but no, she keeps saying grandfather. It was a grandfather or grandfather type person in her life, figure in her life that contributed. There was some kind of abuse there, and I believe it was sexual in nature, or at least in that realm. I don't know to what degree, but it was something that, this message, by the way, is meant for the mother of this young woman. And the mother, and I'm getting a little ahead of myself though. Let me go back. Wait 1 second. Let me go back to where I was. So she's showing me that during her life she had other emotional issues that she dealt with through, like she had, I think at one time she struggled with eating disorder. She showed me that she cut herself, and she went through a period where, you know, she was trying to find herself, and she sort of did the goth look and the whole thing, but that really wasn't who she was. She was really, in her truest nature, a very sweet little soul, but so much, or maybe because of these other things that happened to her and the fact that she was so sweet and sensitive, it compounded and it just exacerbated this pervasive, I'm feeling, sadness and just, again, a troubled, weighted soul, I guess is the best way to say that. And it just got too much for her. It just got too much. And she's showing me, because a lot of times people don't show me how they die if it's not relevant to the story. But she's showing me at the end of her life, when she took her life, that she was cutting herself, and she took pills. So I see her like in a bathtub, and she took pills and was cutting herself. Now I don't know if she actually slashed her wrist as the cause of death, or she was just cutting herself anyway, and the combination with that and the pills, I'm not clear on that, but that's what she's showing me. And the message is to the mother of this young woman. She's saying it wouldn't have mattered. You didn't, first of all, you did not know about this abuse, this sexual inappropriateness with this older man. You did not know about that. You probably, you knew he wasn't a particularly good person. You didn't particularly have warm fuzzies about this man at all, but I don't think you knew to the extent that it was inappropriate or whatever happened. And so she's coming through to tell you that you, because I think in hindsight you kept saying to yourself, as any parent would, what could I have done differently? What could I have changed? Could I have gotten her more therapy? Could I have gotten her this? Could I have done that? And you just have been living in these kind of thoughts that are pulling you down. Just not able to let go of the guilt. I just keep hearing she's saying you're punishing yourself and it wasn't your fault. She keeps repeating that. She's come through specifically to give you that message, and I'm going to flip these cards over now while I finish this other message. She just keeps saying it wasn't your fault. You didn't know what had happened. You didn't know what I was going through. There's nothing you could have done. I was a troubled soul to start with, and you, okay. Thank you. She's saying, you know, when we come into life, we make a lot of contracts. They're called soul contracts with other souls, people that we know that we're going to come in contact in our lives. And specifically, in particular, our family, close family members. And she's saying that you and I, this young woman and the mother, made a soul contract that you knew when I came in from on a soul level, no, not in the third dimension, but third dimension. I can't talk today. But you knew that I was coming in as a troubled soul, and you signed on for that. You accepted that. You willingly signed a soul contract with me to let me come in and go through this lifetime knowing that that was the case. So she is wanting to thank you for that. Thank you for being there for her. Okay, now let me switch gears a little bit. For those of you who don't know, I don't usually even look at the cards while I'm getting that message out, and then I look down, and I don't know if these cards are for more of that message or for the person I'm bringing it through to, the living. So let me take just a second and look at these cards and see what they're telling me and what is at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, I can feel that one. Give me just a minute. Well, I'm getting two messages here, so let's see. She's wanting to acknowledge what's coming into your life. She's showing me, and by the way, I think you were a single mom. She's showing me you, meaning the mom, along with, I believe it's another woman similar to your age, and I think it's your sister. If not, she is like a sister to you. And I believe you two were single moms together for most of the time that this child was in your life. Excuse me. And you two basically helped each other raise your kids, is what she's showing me. And that you worked very, very hard. And I think she did her best to hide the severity of her depression from you. So again, she's just wanting you to know that it's not your fault. You didn't know how bad it was. You truly didn't. Part of that was because you were doing everything you had to do and you could do to pay the bills, put food on the table, be a good single mom and do your best. And she said, you loved her. She knew she was loved. She knew that you loved her. It was never about that. But you were busy focusing on work. You had to. She knows that you loved her. In fact, it's interesting, I'm getting the word inspired her. I'm not sure if there's a specific something that you inspired her about, but she's giving me that you inspired her in some way. Maybe because of your dedication to taking care of your family as a single mom. You weren't afraid to take risks to take care of your family. That's what it was. Okay, thank you. You weren't afraid to step out there, kind of on the edge, so to speak, or to, just trying to put this, what I'm feeling, into words. You were kind of like a mama tiger would be. You were protective, and whatever that meant, if it meant you had to do a little something out of the norm to take care of your kids, you did that. You weren't afraid to step up and do that. And she's saying, I'm not seeing the picture, the story around the father. I'm not seeing that at all. But she is saying, whenever that happened, you stepped in, you rushed in, you didn't look back, you didn't catch a breath. You just picked up that mantle and went about being a good single mom. So she's grateful and she's acknowledging you for that. Pardon me. The other story here is, let me double check, be sure. I know I changed my camera. Yeah, the cards are on the camera there. She's seeing that you have tried very hard to get over what happened to her. That you've been brave, that you've tried to just get up every day and put one foot in front of the other. And while you still have this guilt and remorse, again, as any parent would, she sees that you have been very brave. You have been amazing, she's saying, actually saying that word, amazing. That you've been trying to get on with your life. And part of that is, I think, helping out this sister figure and what's going on in her life. I think there's also a family member that maybe a grandmother or mother I'm hearing. One of your mothers maybe that's being cared for. Some family member that's requiring care now. That you are trying to juggle all of that too. So that has helped to get you off of focusing on the loss of this young woman. She's acknowledging, though, that some new things are coming into your life, and she wants you to know, she wants you to keep this positive attitude, because she's acknowledging that either you are about to have or just met someone, or she's acknowledging that you have a love romance in your life or about to come into your life. And either, if it hasn't happened, it's going to happen very quick. Pardon me. I think the pollen's out and my allergies are kicking up today. So she's acknowledging that this is happening in your life. She wants you to know she sees that. She's very, very happy for you. She wants you to get on with your life. Again, she does not want you to feel any regret or remorse about anything you could have, should have, would have done that would have made a difference for her. She's just saying, it was my destiny. I came in to finish some karma. I came into this 3D world. I had karma. I had a heavy bag already on my shoulders, and then this happened. But I came in to pay a karmic debt and to finish some business, and I knew that it was going to be a short life when I came into this world. Wow, okay, and let's see if there's anything else here that I'm feeling needs to be said. Yeah, she saw that you took a time out. You kind of went into she's saying in an emotional cave when she passed. Although you still had to get up and go to work. She's showing me you still had to get up and go to work every day, for the most part. But she's just acknowledging how strong you are, how absolutely strong you have been through pretty much your whole life, but especially since you had to go through losing her. And let me ask if there's anything else Spirit wants to... Let me see with these cards. Let me see. I know y'all can't see these, but I'm going to shuffle these. I need to work on my camera angle and get it back to where I had it for a while. Let me see. Is anything here? Any last messages, Spirit, you'd like to share? She's happy about this new romance. She wants you to know that. She doesn't want you to hold back. Okay, yeah, okay, yeah. Reiterating the same message. This love energy, if it hasn't, it's going to come in very, very fast. It's going to blow your world up. This Tower is things happening fast. It's kind of something that shakes your world, but this is going to be a good shaking in your world. And the Nine of Pentacles is in reverse. So in this context, that means you're no longer going to be single. And I mean, although money's going to be looking good, you're no longer going to be single and free to pursue. So see what's at the bottom of the deck here. Yes, okay. Listen to your intuition. Don't let your, again, your past experiences, your kind of emotional baggage from the past, and baggage, I don't particularly, well, it doesn't matter. Anyway, she doesn't want your sadness and remorse over her loss to hold you back. She's saying she wants you to listen to your intuition about, one, this new person that's come into or coming into your life, and two, she's saying, and also listen to your intuition because I speak to you. If you listen to your intuition, if you quiet your mind and listen, you can hear me speaking to you. You can hear me in your life and guiding you. Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet. Yeah, she's saying, I don't have to speak. I'm not in the three-dimensional world anymore, the third dimension. I'm not there, but I'm still around, and you can hear me if you listen, but you're not tuning in. You're staying so busy as an avoidance to deal with, so you don't feel this remorse when it comes up, that you're not able to hear the intuition, her intuitive messages that she's giving you. It's competing. Your busy life sometimes competes with your ability, you know, the staying busyness competes with your ability. And she says, I know you do that but so that you can heal, but you're preventing probably the very thing that you want, is the sun to come out and you be able to hear from her. So don't be afraid to listen to your intuition. She can come to you, and as many of you know, our loved ones come to us through dreams. Is one of the most common ways that they come to us, is through our dreams. But they come to us in lots of other ways. Sometimes they leave pennies and coins for us. My loved ones come through birds to me, is a big way. You know, lots of different ways. Feathers is another real common one as well. So maybe you shared something with her like that if you see it or you hear it, or maybe it was a song or even a favorite flower or scent that you both shared that you loved. And then sometimes you're just in your house, maybe not even outside, and you just suddenly get that scent, kind of comes from nowhere. That's your loved one sending you a message saying, hey, remember this? We shared this, and I'm reminding you that I'm still here. So that's the message I have for you today. I hope this was helpful, and I certainly hope it reaches the person it's meant for. Again, if you will hit that like button and subscribe, I'm so grateful. I'm just getting started here on YouTube, so all that really does matter. And I thank you all for watching and for giving me a little of your valuable time. Many blessings to you all. Take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.